SIFTER.com.au.
Hi, I'm Kyle Paletto.
And I'm Fiona Bartholomeus.
Welcome to Walkthrough, SIFTER's weekly recap on the biggest news in video games.
This week, dynamic pricing is being tested on PlayStation. Arc Raiders has replaced some of its jarring AI voice acting. And on our 200th episode, we've got some excellent SIFTER news. Here's the news for Sunday, 15th of March, plus all the upcoming games launching this week. Let's go.
Join the SIFTER community on Discord at sifter.com.au/Discord.
Bad news, folks. Dynamic pricing is coming to gaming. You may have heard about dynamic pricing, the technique that allows stores to jack up their prices depending on who's buying, demand, or whatever other reason they come up with to justify what is essentially price gouging. It's not necessarily a new technique. For example, airlines and hotels have jacked up prices when events were coming up in their city for decades now. But nowadays, it often works like this. Companies A/B test prices across a bunch of demographics and determine the highest price they can confidently charge for something, essentially secretly experimenting on consumers at the cost of the consumers. And thanks to the rise in surveillance capitalism, companies have more data on individuals than ever and are starting to get super crafty and super precise with how they're gouging you specifically.
How will this work for games? That is a great question. PlayStation price tracking website PS Prices has allegedly detected price fluctuations for more than 100 PlayStation games across stores in 30 different regions for about 3 months now, with another 70 regions added more recently. The price differences range from 5% all the way up to 17.6%. That's right, you could be paying 17.6% more for a game than someone down the street from you, just because Sony wants to figure out how much it can really squeeze from us. Check out the link in the show notes to read the full story and to learn more about how dynamic pricing has impacted everything we consume, even groceries. The Pokémon company has put a call out to PhD holders looking for people to come and work in Tokyo. They're specifically looking for people with research in animal and plant ecology with both Japanese and English language skills. Did I immediately send this to my sister who has a PhD in urban wetland ecology? Yes, I did, even though she can't speak Japanese.
The job listing doesn't provide much details on what they'll be doing. However, it's likely they'll be using their knowledge to help give real-world information and inspiration to some of the new Pokemon to make it feel realistic. No doubt, lots of nerdy researchers will be signing up to live out their dreams as a Pokemon professor. Arc Raiders developer Embark Studios have actually gone back on what caused them to cop a bit of heat when the game came out. They've re-recorded some AI-generated voice lines with real actors. In an interview with GameIndustry.biz, Patrick Soderland said that when the game launched, they had licensed the voices of the actors for the dynamic ping system, but since have replaced some of them with real recordings.
Both Arc Raiders and Embark's previous game, The Finals, use AI generation in some way, but Soderland said that it was about finding different ways to do things, not replacing people. Soderland said that a real professional actor is better than AI. They look at AI first and foremost as a production tool. Callum, in his interview for Arc Raiders on sifter.com.au, pinged the game for the jarring AI voices, so it's good to see they are paying the actors to update them for the live game. A new game from Aussie devs will make you act your heart out in a fun co-op chaotic style. It's called Acting Out by JWT Productions, and like the name suggests, you and your friends will film movie scenes. You can pick out the script, the genre, cast your actors, and then of course, get to it and act. You can also use fun emotes to either sell the scene or make it super silly. It's a one-take shoot, so make it count.
Once you've nailed your lines, you can watch the full movie in the game's theatre. JWT Productions is a two-person studio with years of experience under their belt. Jeff Wong previously worked at Mighty Kingdom, known for Conan Chop Chop and Star Trek Lower Decks The Badgie Directive, and Winston Tang, one of the founders of Samurai Punk, which put out games like Screen Cheat, Rumbo, First Blood, and Feather. This looks like silly fun, and we can't wait to see what videos come from it. No release date just yet, but we'll definitely be giving this one a go on stream on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SifterHQ. And in SIFTER news, we've been named finalists in a couple of categories at the Australian IT Journalism Awards. We're super excited to say they were up for Best Gaming Coverage, Best Short Form Content, and Best Independent Technology Media. It keeps getting better too because some of the team are kicking goals and are up for individual awards too.
Naomi Jackson is a finalist for Best Game Reviewer and Best Short Form Content, and Kat Jan is up for Best New Journalist. It's pretty cool news to be getting this week as we celebrate our 200th episode of Walkthrough. The winners will be announced on the 27th of March, so keep your fingers crossed for SIFTER. That's it for the headlines. Here are the games coming out this week.
Up first is the Seven Deadly Sins Origins, the new open-world RPG set in the anime universe of the same name. If you're a fan of the anime, you're going to love the look of this super faithful adaptation where you play as Prince Tristan out to restore order across Britannia. Grab it on PC, PlayStation, or mobile on the 16th.
Also out on the 16th is Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War. It's a fantastic looking throwback first-person shooter for boomer shooter fans. Tear through bugs in glorious old school fashion and even plays the bugs in this original story. It's out on all platforms this Monday.
If you thought there's no way they could improve on last year's MLB The Show, you'd be right. But you're still going to buy MLB The Show 26 because you're a sick puppy who can't help themselves when a new baseball management sim with slightly updated graphics comes out. So get it over with, pick it up on Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch 2 on the 17th. Can't believe Gianni left that in and let me be so mean.
Out Thursday is Crimson Desert, a brand new third-person action RPG that has been getting some wild reviews on both ends of the spectrum. Fast-paced action, high-flying traversal, and environmental puzzles. It looks as if The Witcher was heavily influenced by Tears of the Kingdom. If that sounds interesting, you can grab it on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation on the 19th.
Also out on the 19th is Dragonkin the Banished. Explore a world devastated by dragons. Choose from one of 4 classes, tackle battles solo or co-op, and rebuild your city in stunning isometric visuals. It's out on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation this Friday.
Articles to read,
Videos to watch.
and podcasts to listen to.
SIFTER.com.au.
This has been Walkthrough by SIFTER. My name is Fiona Bartholomeus.
And I'm Kyle Paletto. Thank you so much for listening.
If you've ever been curious about how games are made, you should check out Lightmap, SIFTER's award-winning video game interview show. We've had incredible guests like World of Warcraft developer Paul Cubitt, Getting Over It and Baby Steps dev Bennett Fodder, and Ghost of Yotai's Rob Davis. Heaps of incredible conversations are yours for free on the Lightmap podcast. Search for Lightmap and SIFTER in your podcast player now. That's Lightmap and SIFTER.
SIFTER is produced by myself, Fiona Bartholomeus, Kat Jan, Naomi Jackson, Chris Button, and Adam Christo. Mitch Lowe is senior producer who edited this episode, and Gianni Giovanni is SIFTER's executive producer and script editor.
Thanks to Brian Fairbanks from Salty Dog Sounds for composing the Walkthrough theme tune, and Audio Technica Australia and Apple for their support of SIFTER's podcasts.
And thank you, Fee, for being with me all these years and all these episodes.
Yes, thank you for starting this all.
How many episodes have you been with me for, do you think, of those 200? It's majority, right?
I actually don't know. It definitely more than 100.
Definitely more than 100. Well, it's an absolute pleasure to continue doing this with you and to keep bringing all of the best gaming news to you, the listeners, who we probably owe the biggest thanks to. Without you guys, there's not much point in doing this. So thanks to everyone who tunes in every week. We appreciate you so much.
No, absolutely huge thanks to you, Kyle, for kicking this all off and being able to be here every week, learning more about what's happening in the industry and being able to share this with our listeners. So yeah, thank you, our amazing listeners as well, for tuning in every single week.
And we'll be back, of course, with more news next Sunday. See you then.